Hi everyone, it's Kay here. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm going to be starting a new journal using the collection, the latest collection from Uniquely Creative called Into the Wild. So this is the inspiration book that you get in the kit that comes every month, and I subscribe to that kit, and always really great value for money. But anyway, I thought that I would use this hardcover, and I just thought I was going to just use the cover. Then I realised how bad the edges are, and I thought, well, perhaps I should cover them, because I thought that the paper could go sort of like that. Or maybe I could still do that. I was going to use material to cover it, but I don't know. I think I like the green better, but I might have to put something here. I'm not too sure about material. I've not really done a lot of material covers. Do you know what? I think I might just leave it like that. I was going to put a material cover on it, but I might keep this material for reinforcing the spine on the inside. So this is the only material I had that would match, because I don't have a lot of material. So let's do that first while I think about it, just to reinforce the spine a little bit. And I will put some other paper on here as well. So I'm going to use my 450 because I think that it sticks fabric quite well, and lots of other things as well, so I think that's what I'm going to use anyway. So we just have, so we don't have the stitching here. I think I might just do it here. You can see I didn't rip out the book very well, did I? That's all right, I'll cover it over. So I hope you're all doing well and getting in some crafting time, or having some time to yourself. I was going to go out with a friend for lunch yesterday, but her granddaughter has got really bad croup, and her son and my daughter-in-law, her daughter-in-law had only had one day off, and she couldn't take another day off, and because something was happening at work, and her son couldn't take the day off either because of pre-organised things, and so at work with meetings and things, so he couldn't take the day off either. So she said, I'm sorry for late notice, I can't come. My granddaughter's got croup. Not that she said my granddaughter, she used the granddaughter's name, but I don't have that permission to use that. So anyway, that was a bit disappointing, but sure, we'll catch up another day. Then our youngest daughter rang. She, a few weeks back ago, I'm not too sure if I've told you the story. A few weeks ago, she plays netball for her country town, and she dislocated her knee, and she's done it before. I think I've told you that she's done that before, and it went back in, but but it was really sore, like it was really puffy afterwards. So she had some scans, one of them being an MRI, and the MRI has come back saying that she's done her ACL. So we're not too sure how we can support her with that. We said we could take her to the do I want to keep it up to the top there and just cut this bit here? We can support her by taking her to the hospital, because it's very difficult for her husband to take the time off. But it was just trying to work out what to do with the grandchildren, because they don't go to the local primary school. They go to a private school in the next town, but she can't drive, so she's hoped for a week at least, because it's going to be keyhole surgery, which is a good thing. And so we're going to she said she was going to ask some families to see if they could help with that. So hopefully she's been able to do that, or she was going to get her mother-in-law to come down from the Riverland and stay for a week to help her with the children, because she probably couldn't walk that far. The bus stop is on the main road that goes through their country town, and I don't blame her. She's a bit reluctant to let her sons go on their own because they're probably not old enough yet, and you know, kids don't have the same perception or awareness of danger as we do as adults. And that was one of the things I learned when I was a teacher, about how when they go to a road, the children don't see the same perceptions as we see, and they don't see the traffic the way we do, and which was a really interesting thing to learn. That they see it's totally different from us. So we think it's, why can't you see that? They can't, because of their developmental stages and stuff like that. So that was really interesting to learn that. And so I don't blame her. She doesn't want her children to go up to catch the bus and for a week. So hopefully she's going to get it sorted, because it's a bit of a worry about, you know, not a bit of a worry, but trying to organise things. It can be a bit stressful when you've got a working full time and that sort of stuff. And I'm too busy chatting here, and I didn't show you. Sorry. What I did was I cut this bit. That was the one sheet like that, and I cut it in half because I want to have the, because I, you know, like, was it Alicia McNamara? She said, I wish they would, was it, oh no, it was Gail Agostolini. She said, I wish that scrapbooking companies would realise that we don't want that main feature on that side, we want it on that side. Which I thought, yeah, good point, right? Good point, because it would make life a lot easier. But I just cut mine in half. So which bit do I want at the top here? It's going to be too big, so let's have a look. We covered over probably with lace or anything, so it doesn't make any difference. Just going to trace around that there. Which side I cut in and which side I chop off. So I had did I tell the plumber came and for our ensuite, and he's coming back today to finish the job. Okay, use our ensuite bathroom for 24 hours, so this is where we've got another bathroom we could use. Hopefully it'll work, it'll be just doing the trick. So I want to use double-sided tape or glue. Let's do both, just to be on the safe side. I'm not too sure if it was going to stick to that very well, because it's a bit of a textured cover. As you can see, it's a German book, and I don't know if Nina Borden is actually an English author. I've seen her name before, but I'm not 100% sure. And I just picked it up because it's all in German. I thought something different from in my texts, and kept the cover, and I think it's the perfect size for a journal. I didn't even measure it and tell you what the measurements were. I just think it looks good. Let's measure it. It's 5 and nearly 3/4 and 9 and a bit that way, so perfect length for a journal. I decided that, you know, it would be good to mix up what I make. in terms of covers and things. I'm seriously thinking of doing my 5-folder ones differently as well from what I've done in the past. I want to make one of those truly folio journals, but I don't know. I haven't got around to doing it. That's bad. Oh, I'm not too sure. A bit wary, possibly a little bit apprehensive about starting something like that, because I've got no idea what I would be doing there. But I was watching Nicole of Relax Cut Glue, and she made a couple of them, and made it look relatively easy. It's the waterfall part that I'm not too sure of, so I've never made a waterfall before. I'm just going to leave a little bit of a border around the edge of this, and it's not straight. Weren't you going to use your glue as well, Kay? Yes, you were. Think, what are you doing? I've got glue on me now. Just trying to clear the nozzle. This works. Yep, and do the same on this side. It's not sticking down there. I'm not using enough glue. Let's have a look. A bit more glue, I think. Press it down for a minute or so. Okay, let's take this off. This collection, Into the Wild by Uniquely Creative, is really quite pretty, and I'll show you some of the other papers in a minute. Some of the elements look like this, so you can cut them out, and I've cut one page out. From the back is reasonably plain. We've got all these really cute little characters, wild characters. So I've cut them out as well. All the backs are neutral. And I've cut bits out here from these other papers to make some things for cards. I love this page. It's gorgeous. This is another fussy cutting page too, which I'm in the process of trying to do because I can only do a little bit at a time. But I quite like that page as well. What colours? Is that the last one? Yes, it's the last one. So there was what I've got left over from pulling stuff out for the journal, and ones I fussy cut as well. So because I get, you know, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've had shoulder surgery, and it's still like I still can't do fussy cutting for long periods of time. I think the goalpost has shifted a bit though, because the surgeon said 6 months after I'd had the operation I would be back to normal, but when he rang me the other day he said 9 months. I'm thinking, oh really? Oh really? 9 months? Ooh. And I'm going to put some work out how to do this cover. I probably should have done a bit of fabric for this cover as well, and then put it over with some lace. Let's have a look. Is that long enough on that side maybe? maybe just a little bit, so like, let's have a look at the width of it. It's probably about three and a bit, maybe 3 and a bit squares. I'm looking at the lines here to help me measure, and I don't have one of those fabric cutter tools because, like I said, I'm not comfortable using fabric because I'm just not a sewer. I did take some lessons when I was younger, but I did make some clothes for my oldest daughter for a little bit there, but they were disastrous, absolutely disastrous. So that'll be, if I put some lace over that, it'll be perfect. You won't see the writing through it. Just going to find a bit of fabric there, a bit of lace that I like. Glue it all down, make sure it's all stuck. Whoops. It's gone cold the last couple of days here in Adelaide, and finally having that cold weather after we've had such warm, you know, like it's been 19, 20, 21 for a couple of weeks now, and it's been quite mild at night and quite mild during the day, so it's been lovely. But now we've finally got the cold weather. We don't get snow. Oh, to tell a fib, it has to be really cold. you sometimes might get a bit of a flurry of snow in the Adelaide Hills, and sometimes in the mid-north they get I'm going to stick that down there, so I didn't cut that very well. Okay, that'll do for now. Let's put that to one side, and oh dear, didn't stick that very well either. In a place called Mount Remarkable, which is near the snow I'm talking about. They've had snow at Mount Remarkable before, which is sort of near the Flinders Ranges. It can get pretty cold up there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I've already got the sort of papers ready for the collection, for the signatures. I'm just going to put this to one side a minute. So I've got these two papers, which I just love this paper. And that's the back, and this is the other paper with the sort of tree twigs on it, and this is sort of like a mountaintop paper for the inside, one signature, and this beautiful paper, and the inside of it is with the forest tree. So that's possibly what I'm going to go use, but you know what, I might even change it, because the middle, I like to have the middle as a nice one. I don't really like that one. What else have I got? Could just use this one again. What else have I got? I might just use this one again. Oh, that way. Press it down. Use your bone folder. I think I'm going to use this one instead. So that's in the middle. What have I got in the middle of this one? No, it's not too bad. Could use this one, I suppose. And then if I do that, I'll be able to have that as a fussy cutting sheet. Around. No, think about that one. Anyway, so put those two to one side for the signatures, and just going to show you what I've gathered so far that I thought might work inside the journal as well, as besides the collection. This is coming up again. I think I might have to go get some fabric glue. We don't, because Helmar's make a fabric one as well, and I've never bought one before. Like I said, I don't use fabric a lot often, and I've had no trouble with my lace and stuff sticking this down with that. Whoops. So just have to use lots of glue, and by the time when I put the lace on top, that'll keep it down anyway. So anyway, let's have a look. We've got some photocopy paper, Secret Forest paper. What's her name? Can't think of her name. The woman does the Secret Garden. So there's colouring sheet. I thought they could go in there. Chose this paper from a second-hand book that I had because I thought the colours went quite nicely. Excuse me a minute, I'm just taking my jumper off. I always get hot because I thought, yes, see, the colours would go nicely with that. And some lined paper again, just some blank paper again because I thought it would go. This one was two there, sorry. This other one's got some flowers and stuff in it, so I thought that would be pretty. Some bears, because I thought that would go with the cover. This is from a dress book. And the greys also in the collection. And so this one here, it's got bear on the back as well. This one's got a flower there and a flower there, so I've got to trim those up, obviously. This I've only got one of these, and this came from a smash book that I've had for ages. But I really think the colours would go quite nicely. See? Yep. Whether I make something special from that, because I've only got the one. This picture of some children in autumn from a child's prayer book, so I might use that for something. I've got some fairy pictures. I thought they would go. This is from a British, British, what's it called? Natural British book. I can't think of what it's called. Nature something or other. Sorry, it doesn't matter anyway. It's from a British nature book. From I chose woodland things, so I've got that. And this is from a children's book with animals I thought would match the collection, because there's a raccoon in the creatures one. Pretty sure it's a raccoon. And some squirrels, even though the squirrels in the collection is red, and there's a fox in there as well. So I thought I'd pull them out, and I might add some more papers if I don't think that's enough anyway. So we'll work on that to start off with, and I'll see you next video to see where I am with the journal. Thank you very much for being here today, and I think I was a bit abrupt on one of my earlier videos, so I'm really sorry about that when I finished it. And I just really appreciate all of you, and I'm so grateful for your companionship and your comments. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next video. Bye bye.